Hello everyone and welcome back. We are playing Gods vs. Horrors. Where we left off, we are coming off of a solid win. And now we're facing Aithth. I have to admit, I've fought Aithth twice while off stream. Once with the Chinese faction and once with the Greek faction. Both times we got close. Literally down to two 1-1s that spawned at the very end of the game with the Greek faction. Just, honestly, one more battle and we probably would have had it. So, let's get into it. We're gonna try Aithth again. And, hopefully, we're gonna make it. So, this is for the Yoruba culture. It looks like it works with any gods, so I'll be open to it. We are still working with the same 5 Pantheons as previous. Big fan of Dropnir. I've had good luck with the Norse so far. Hindu are in the Pantheon. God recruited. Give your leftmost god +1/+1. That could definitely help with a bit of a snowball effect. I'm interested in potentially running Hindu. I was thinking Hindu or Japanese since I've run these 3 before, and less to be called a coward and just go Norse again. I think it's better to experiment a little bit and see what's out there. So this one with the Yoruba symbol, Pantheon being upgraded. Refresh the Pantheon with gods of your tier. The nice thing about this is refresh normally costs 1. Upgrading the Pantheon means that when you get to that tier, you can get anything on that tier or lower. But this actually specifies it will give you Pantheon members of that tier. So this is enticing in its own way. But it does require a little bit of pre-planning and luck to get 3 of a kinds over and over again. So we have the Sudarshana Chakra. Hindu are in the Pantheon. God recruited. Give your leftmost god +1/+1. Hindu have a lot of these recruit. Synergies that really play into having gods taken out of the. I'm going to call it the store because that's what it's called in Super Auto Pets. Forgive me, I'll try to get the terminology correct later. But when they are taken out of the store, the Hindu gods have this recruit mechanic where they can start buffing your team. So I'm thinking probably we're going to go with the Sudarshana Chakra, as that seems pretty easy to synergize, quite frankly. And the Aegis shield is just, you have an extra shield, which means you can drop an extra game on the way to Aithth. However, the shields do not work once you are on the final boss. And since we've been getting to the final boss just fine, I think the shield's out. I like this, but I don't like the idea of having to necessarily shoot for upgrades, because it means the first few rounds this crest basically is not in play. And again, I'm not going to go with Norse, so I think we've narrowed it down. We'll go for a Hindu run on this go round. I played a Triad Dryad while off stream the other day. It's good. It's really good. But again, I can't go that direction after everything I've just said. So, Ascension Guide. It's good to go ahead and get this counting down early, so go ahead and roll that. Hermes is okay. I think I'd rather roll. They're really giving me. Yeah, Cat Guy Bob, this is a new game. Literally came out on the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and we've been enjoying it since. A lot of fun. Very easy to get into. It's currently on sale for 10% off I think it's like $13.50. So, and that's on Steam, by the way. All right, we'll take a Dionysus. Probably gonna go back on Dionysus for now. Let's roll. Let's try to find some Hindu gods. Wow, that's some bad luck early on, but these early fights aren't too bad, so we'll probably be just fine. All right. Now I know in the past I've come down hard on the Greedling, but given where our luck's at right now and the fact that we can pump him up with the Hindu recruit methods, that's pretty enticing. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our devotion tier and then pull him. So next turn we'll start having tier 2 show up, and hopefully that will open up more of the Hindu Pantheon to show up. Because thus far we're kind of SOL, if you will. Alright. If it beats, it's a win. Meets it beats, I suppose, yeah. So this is not a permanent buff. This is just for that one combat. The Glorious Accord, give your army +1/+1 at the start of combat. It's not bad, but this is really an early game pickup. Let's see. Patience selected. Your next blessing is more powerful. I should also mention for those watching that aren't familiar, in the previous tiers, we did not have blessings like these showing up. However, now that we have reached this part of the intro fights, Aithth actually will give us a few chances to pick up blessings. So patience is not bad. It's kind of saying, I don't really need the blessing now, and I will take something better down the road, which I always love that. Glorious Discovery selected. Discover a god of your current devotion tier. Considering how hard of a time we've had so far just getting a Hindu deity to show up, I think Glorious Discovery might actually be the way we need to go to get the ball rolling on this build. So, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I think an early Indra is exactly what we want. Ooh, buddy. That's looking good already. I think we go with Nandi. I think we leave that Greedling up there. Not very interested in it yet. Maybe we freeze him. Actually, you know what? We're on 7. I think we can take him. I probably should have bought these in a different order. But him being an 8/7's actually pretty solid considering where we ended that last round. So as you guys can see, we got a blessing going into the purple round this time. So it'll be the same going up here as the round trackers proceed. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is really the only one that concerns me that much. Curse is annoying, particularly if you have to trade multiple blows with them, but I think we're good here. So let's go ahead and roll it. Beautiful. I like where we are. That's unfortunately an instant reroll though. Another Nandi. Tell you what, we're gonna freeze Nandi, see if there's anything that we want to pick up, and then we'll pull Nandi and potentially buff that. think we roll again. We can roll 2 more times and still pull off the Nandi combo I'm looking for. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Let's do this. We want to get this Indra going as quickly as possible. Currently, I think Jatayu's going to sit on the bench. Maybe just swap these two. Actually, you know what? He gave himself Fury. We want him to come before somebody with low health. Let's roll one more time, see if there's any... Absolutely, we'll take an Arjuna. Love it. Alright. That'll do. Alright. So, we see that Nandi is glowing. We know we have 2. Basically, when they glow in the shop, you know you're about to get an upgrade with them. So I do want to play this such that Arjuna comes out and we'll get the recruitment bonus from a upgraded Nandi. I think I'm okay with this Jatayu coming out afterwards. Let's see what we get from the upgrade, because we might want Jatayu to buff it. Ooh, man, that is good. Alright. I think we keep bumping up Indra. One thing that I know, having off-stream played against Aithth twice, is you want a massive attack as quickly as possible on that boss, because it gains steam as it goes. It will literally increase its attack, I think, by 30 every time. So, let's see what we have coming down the pike. 2 Shoggoths, definitely nothing to sneeze at. We'll probably just put Nandi up front since it has the next most health, and hopefully it can withstand these 2 and get an attack off. I doubt we'll see 2 from Nandi, but... And then Gug. Yeah, we want to keep our higher attacks in front, hopefully for Gug to run himself into. And then another Yithian, which is nothing to get too excited about. We'll pull Yama down. I think we're happy with that. Close that off. Get Jatayu out here. Again, we're buffing Indra. And then Arjuna gets his +1. Ideally, we'll see Yama get to a place where we can upgrade him again. Early Apollo's not bad. I'd still consider us fairly early since we're in that first half. Things will start to pick up here quite a bit as we see more upgrades come available. And this is going to be 4 next turn, so I'm probably going to pick up the Devotion right off the rip. Beautiful. Alright. Doubling the attack of target god might go pretty hard here with Indra as it stands. End of recruitment's very enticing. Let's see how much we get off of this. Interesting. Very interesting. This is also quite good. Anytime you dismiss an ally, give it stats to a random god in the Pantheon. The way that the Hindu deities work with coming in for recruitments, for example, this Nandi, if we have a good replacement for it, it might be time to dismiss it, but then it will give +9/+10 to whoever we want. That's very nice. I think long-term we're going to get more out of Eternal Legacy than Might. And I think it pretty easily is going to beat out Oath of Reaffirmation. So let's just double-check that. Really, we only care about 6 at a time, so this would effectively give us 12. I actually don't remember whether it includes itself in that, so let's be charitable and say it gives 14. He'll gain another. These guys really aren't doing anything at the moment. I'm a little afraid that if I use that, it's going to spend all of my essence and only upgrade one of them, which would be a bit of a disaster. So, now that I think about it, let's not find out how that one works just now. I'd really like to beat Aithth. Let's go with the Eternal Legacy. I've got a good feeling about this one. I am interested in taking Apollo. Permanent attack buff is a beautiful thing. And we're going to go ahead and test out how Eternal Legacy works, because we're going to just dismiss him after this next refresh. Yep. Interesting. Gives it stats to a random god. Ally to the left +4/+4 is not terrible. It does make Apollo more appealing. I think for now, giving it to Dionysus, who has Fury, is probably our best bet. And then we'll move Dionysus up. Let me double check to make sure we're not dealing with Cleave. We are not. So I think we're looking pretty good there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And now we have Divine Essence, potentially, which will work with a couple of the Japanese units that also have recruit mechanics, so something to consider. I do love Demeter. I had really good luck with her in my previous Norse run. I think we want to kind of like mainline Arjuna getting his upgrade next, and then we'll look at Saraswati, and might be time to start saying goodbye to some of these folks. It's a difficult one. I think we roll here. We roll and hope we get another Hindu. That's a little unfortunate. I think as it stands now, we're going to drop this Greedling. (10-6) kind of hard to let go of, but this is an 11-9 Arjuna now. I think we're looking good. Let's just drop him up here. Yeah, we're happy with that. And I don't think we're gonna use Hephaestus long term, so I don't want to overinvest there. Let's leave spots open in the shop. Looking good to me. Definitely happy with that. So this is... Oh, Divine Essence. You know, I was thinking Spiritual Power earlier when I looked at Saraswati. Interesting. So she only costs 2 to grab, is what I'm gathering here. So we definitely want to get this Arjuna out there. Start of recruitment. So she will give us a... Nothing this turn, but next turn we'll start at 11. I think that's pretty good. An extra refresh is definitely nothing to sneeze at. funnily enough, that's actually... I was comboing with that earlier in my off-stream Greek run, and it's pretty good. I think we'll go with Lakshmi, though. And Sarasvati. And we'll roll. I did like Hey Bai Wusheng in my Chinese run. Actually reducing all the enemies' attack by 2 is really good, but it only happens the one time, so it doesn't scale super well. It's not really a long-term play, and we're not going Spellcast. Again, Demeter's great, but I don't think that's really where we're playing towards, and Spiritual Power is not the mechanic I thought it was. So... giving Fury to Indra would be pretty good. I like that a lot. That also will let us unwind our Dionysus and Hephaestus. Yeah. So we are not going to freeze any of this. We're going to wait until next turn, and we're going to start offloading things, and hopefully we can get a bunch of Hindu deities in our shop and just pump them up with these stats. Yeah, definitely. Cool beans. Alright, we're gonna freeze Jatayu, roll. Freeze a second Jatayu. Roll again. I kind of want to upgrade the devotion tier here. That'll drop us to 6. We drop 3, and then we'll still have enough to buy 3. I actually do not know how it works. Is that only when it's refreshed? Let's find out. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll drop one more, depending on... Okay. I'm gonna gamble one more time. That Protector of the Weak could actually go pretty hard here. These are both tier 1, so we know we're getting it to go off at least twice, and potentially could pick up quite a few of these buffs. Counts as all mythologies is also quite good, because that will give Indra another... It would be great if we could get our Indra to upgrade, but alright. Priority has to be buffing these guys, so let's go ahead and dismiss. Those pretty much went exactly where I didn't want them to, but that's okay. I think what we'll do is we'll pull down Earth Defender. He's got great stats already. Get those buffs off here. We're going to bring down Jatayu. He's going to upgrade. Give him +4/+4. I'm not super happy with Durga, but Durga could actually go off a little bit. Still holding out hope on more Yama. She did enable us to do what we just did and gamble more than we really should have. I think we toss back Sarasvati. I think going too hard into Protector of the Weak, even though he did get some of the stats, it's probably a mistake. So I'm going to roll this. think we push forward. Swap those out. Move him up. In fact, we want him further up because he has the next most health. We need to start preparing for more. Yeah, there is Shoggoth. An Omni Cleave that hits everyone. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no playing around that, but Shoggoth will play around. I do not like how that just played out. That's unfortunate. Divine Alignment. Pantheon gods are always of your exact tier or one lower. Purity. The Pantheon only contains target mythology and neutrals. Exalted Camaraderie. God recruited. Give all gods of the same tier +3/+3. Let's look at our tiers very carefully here. We have currently 3 tier 1s. Man. 3 tier 3s, 3 tier 2s, and a tier 4. We are not heavily invested in any one tier. Unfortunately, I think Exalted Camaraderie is... It sounds so good, but let's see how these pan out. Pantheon only contains target mythology and neutrals. I mean, where were you my whole run? Divine Alignment's okay. I am still looking to power up my Indra. I don't want to forsake Indra that way, so... I think Purity's probably... It's between these two. And I think because we're spread out, let's go with Purity. Alright. Hey, okay. I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go with this. I think we start on another Jatayu. I really would like Durga out instead of that 9-4 Jatayu. Actually, I'd like Durga out instead of him. We need to unravel him and keep investing in Hindu. So maybe Jatayu stays out. This is not a permanent... That's tough. It's a toughie. I don't like the placement of this very much. I think we roll once. Arjuna is definitely something we want to see. Living Whirlwind could be good. +0/+6 is not a bad way to go about this either. That would be a recruit and immediately dump. So what this actually is give target god +0/+6 and then give god in our shop +3/+1. Alright. I think our Arjuna needs health. So I'm going to go with this. Give Arjuna... I think we roll one... yeah, we can't until we sell. Let's sell. This is actually still buffing up a Yama that I think is not horrible. I think we roll here. So much better. Okay, fantastic. So now we potentially have a Lakshmi. Yeah, we'll do the Lakshmi upgrade next turn and potentially build another Arjuna? I think that sounds pretty good. And in fact, the nice thing about having given these buffs to Yama is all the buffs are going straight back into what we want to invest in. So we're currently at 1. I think what we'll do is go ahead and sell off this Yama. Move Durga so that she is hitting our Arjuna. Sell off this Yama. Alright. So now we have a extra Lakshmi that can give us an extra Divine Essence at the beginning of the next turn. Or we bring this Arjuna in and start building a second one back here in the Jatayu slot. I prefer to enable with only 3 rounds before the final. I think let's make sure that this seems like a winnable. Okay, that's a rough combo to go from a first striker into Nominee Cleave, but that's okay. I think we plan on investing in next turn. And while these are all Hindu, I think we're going to go ahead and give both this Jatayu stats and this Jatayu stats. And then we'll move this Lakshmi up. Since she will be upgrading next turn, I think that's fair. Yeah, that works. Oh, we have another 3. I spaced on that. That's my bad. That's a misplay. Sorry about that. Heck. I mean, we could just go ahead and grab this Lakshmi right now. It'll give us another... Yeah, I think we do that. Brutal. Actually, Echo's pretty good now that I think about it. Because we're going to get 2 Arjunas right off the rip. That's not bad. That's not bad. He can sit on the bench and just have everybody getting buffs. Unfortunately, Lakshmi is probably not a long-term role. At 12-10, Durga also probably needs to be unwound before the end of this. I mean, Durga's better than Apollo long-term. Going into the last round, Apollo will not stay on the team. I know that much. It's just incredible that we have not got a chance to upgrade that Indra. That's a roll. The +2. That was nice. Indra. Wonderful. Yeah. We freeze. We roll one more time. Oh! That is good. That is really good. Okay. I think we want Arjuna to come out now. We'll start this one getting buffed. I think we unroll Apollo immediately. Yeah, beautiful. That's exactly where we wanted those stats to drop to. Alright. We'll bring him out so he can start buffing, but we're going to go ahead and get our Indra to upgrade. That's super sick. Alright, we have an engine now. Pravati's good too, but Ganesha. Hindu recruited, spawn a Hindu god in the Pantheon. Phenomenal. That, potentially working with this, that, here, there, and everywhere. I mean, that's just fantastic. Whew. All right. I was getting a little nervous, not gonna lie. Would be kind of cool to see Durga rank up. I think we roll twice and just try to stack our next shop. I think because we have Lord Ganesha, we will... Yeah, we'll get a good return on Living Whirlwind. So. 91, good God. Okay. Okay, I definitely don't hate it. First things first, we want that Arjuna to go ahead and upgrade. So we'll take the free one. Oh, I don't know why I was thinking I already had two. That's my bad. Another Indra really doesn't do us that much. What it does do, though, is potentially buff up whatever we are going to sell back into. Buffing everybody's attack is fine. So, I mean, 7 attack versus giving one guy, I mean, that's 7 stat points versus 4. And then this is just getting the recruit bonus and spawning another recruit, potentially another recruit deity. Let's go with Nandi. Love Yama. +6/+6. That's 12 stats right off the rip. I think we continue to give Lord Indra his due. For the life of me, I don't know why I'd pick Earth Defender in this case. Upgrading this one, I don't know what he gets beyond just having taunt and counting as all mythologies. Yeah. I think that's a freeze. That's an unfreeze. That's a freeze. We roll once. I do not like Harmony Elemental with this build. Funnily enough, I know I said that I don't like Triad Dryad for this build at the beginning. Given how many upgrades we are now sitting on, it would actually be popping off pretty hard if it was also upgraded. But I'm not going to play to hindsight. Brutal. Okay. I think we sell back and we make one more roll. I think we go with... I'm not really that interested in reducing the cost of the next devotion tier, but this has an added bonus of when I throw it back into, or I dismiss it rather, it will buff one of these guys. So 8590, he's getting big. He is getting big. Brutal. Okay. Second to last round, guys. This is kind of for all the marbles. Beautiful Indra. All right. Unfortunately, Lakshmi no longer does much for us. I think our best play here is with 12 Essence, we'll pull down Indra. Pull down Jatayu. Nandi. Ooh. Okay. That is somewhat interesting. So let's think about this. We buy her, goes down to 0. She gives us 1 more. That will allow us to potentially re-roll. We would sell off these 3 to pump up anybody who's left. Question is, are these stats that I'm seeing, a 19, 16, 12, 8, and a 4, 6, enough with any of them to make an impact on Aithth, who gets just absolutely massive? I mean, you can see, like, I outpower him, for sure. But the problem is, when he wins an attack, he gets larger. So I really need to front load my damage against him. Yeah. I think worst case scenario is actually that the Living Whirlwind gets pulled. I think Lakshmi's also bad. She has 1 more attack than Saraswati, and that's about the only thing going for her. So I think we pull Saraswati. I'm not going to say that's a punish, but that feels a little bit like a punish. Okay. I think we are dealing with the cards that we've been dealt from this point on. And we just roll with it. The only consideration is, do I want to hold on to 1917 to replace Durga? If I do, it will be after we sell back 3, pull 1 down, and get another buff on this Arjuna. Alright. 3. It's not terrible how those landed. The consideration now is, do I care about... I think I care more about potentially landing a 14-13 on either of these than getting another +1/+2 over here. With that being the case, well, we're also going to toss back Indra, and then Echo, and then Ganesh. So we'll actually be able to recruit 2 at the end of the day. That being the case, we'll let her get her recruit off 1 more time. Huge. Absolutely, absolutely huge. We don't care about spawning more in the Pantheon. In fact, we don't want that, because we want these stats to hopefully go to one of these 2. Okay. We'll pull... I think we'll pull down the 42-38. That already has a spot in the Pantheon. We sell back Echo. I was kind of afraid of that. We sell back. We sell back Nandi. At 2018, we sell back Nandi. I'm actually very happy with how that just panned out. Alright. Now we sell back Durga. We have a 3130. I don't think we're getting better than what we got, so sell her back. Lakshmi's going here. We do want stats consolidated. Because every time one of my gods dies, that taunt literally does not help me in this next round. I think Sarasvati made the team. Earthbound Defender's out. And we just got a 61-44 out of that. This Arjuna needs to move forward. We're just doing these in order of their power. Sarasvati is holding down the end of the line, guys. Lord Indra is unfortunately only going to get this one attack off. We really pumped up the power by the end of this. I'm hoping we got this. Let's roll once for good luck and let's do it. That's it. That's the one right there, guys. The Hindu Pantheon has clutched it. And I think with that, we're going to end our third installment, and I guess technically our second game on Steam, since this is running close to an hour. I think we'll cut it there and just say I appreciate everybody who has sat through my ramblings. Hopefully my strategies made sense, and hell, maybe you even learned something. And if you did, please throw me a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have anything to add. If you want to correct any of my pronunciations, I'd actually appreciate it, as I want to keep streaming this game. And yeah, have a great day.